An incredible stage 1.
Rogue is so bad without her HP. Good. We don't need a buff Rogue, bro.
Swamp Gaming,
we don't need a buff
Rogue.
Rogue.
MRC Season 5 under Doom Crew, if you can go all the way back
oh,
to there.
I gotta close the predictions. Closing predictions, chat. If you didn't predict, I'm sorry.
On the main stage, we're underway between RAD and Swamp Gaming. Who is going to have enough to take that one step further into that lower bracket final and have the chance to compete in potentially a grand final if you can continue to be a giant killer, which in the moment, RAD have been the giant killers of this tournament.
They've taken down multiple of some of those top teams, including Virtus
RAD
Pro,
has been the giant killers. Uh-oh. Melophobia is on the Black Cat, chat. That's interesting. Daze is on the Bucky.
That Jeff team up to make sure that he doesn't get caught out of position. The Bucky already looking for the bionic hooks, but everyone just retreats to the low ground as RAD looks to try and take the point.
Crazy Kitty on Daredevil was always going to be a concern. It was a respect ban over to the Black Cat, but last time when RAD, we saw them on this map, it was Crazy Kitty popping off, and yet again, Kitty gets the opener, Forky's down, Daze follows, and Kraz is going to be the next. It's a clean wipe here for RAD, and Swamp Gaming saying get back to sport.
The freeze was good, but all it did was sort of freeze that respawn timer as the rest of RAD are able to close on in and finish off that pickup. Smash this, utilizing the best out of this Widow, just staying at range, whereas Swamp...
There's no way RAD wins this, bro.
And they move over to the Elsa, so they now have that team up with the Bucky Elsa.
If RAD wins this, I'm retiring my predictions.
Massively reduced cooldowns.
I think the versatility of Smash, being able to play the Elsa or the Widow, is hugely important for RAD's chances here. It's been fantastic at bouncing between the two of them, depending on the situation in front of them.
A lot of pressure onto the board right now. RAD up to 34% as Swamp Gaming looks to try and break through that front line. Great wall to try and zone him out, but Melophobia is picked off as he tries to go a flank smash. This has a great angle onto the side. It's Crazy Kitty slowly breaking through walls, looking for a correct angle. Great shield once again. This gives a damage boost.
Oh my god, he got his ult cancelled.
Woman trying to just ping them out of the sky, trying to take down Melophobia. Vertigo will fall though as the backline for RAD will get ripped massively.
Ooh, Melophobia.
Shortly after as Swamp step onto the point.
Yeah, that's a great break from Swamp Gaming. They assessed that one, perfectly manipulating the map in their favor. They saw there was an opening. RAD kind of was sporadic all over the place, and they found their one pick, isolated that one player, and now Swamp will be able to hold here. But ult charges are definitely there on the side of RAD, depending on who pops first here. There is more on the side of Swamp, so if you can find something in the neutral, it would be massive, but both teams giving the respect that is due.
Full ult charge for Swamp Gaming on every single character, whereas RAD is still building up towards Lukia Goat and Crazy Kitty. But like you said, if Swamp can win a neutral, then that's huge for their extra
ult chat,
defense.
ult Fiesta, you guys ready?
One more time. Here comes the Raging Royal Flush from Match for the extra commitment and the Sonic Seduction. Scalagenji with the Meteor will absorb a lot of that damage output. Needs to try and find a target. By that barrier for an Invisible Woman. Daze is taken down by Lugia Goat, who's pushing on to the point. It's an ult Bonanza coming in as Forky Dog is going to drop that coffee gun amplifier with the Glance Rocks in the attempt at the follow-up. Kraken impact, but no one's going down, so there's no reset for Daze.
Everyone plays a part in this one, but RAD still somehow surviving, but eventually Daze does find the KO onto Crazy Kitty, and now surely RAD will just start to fall apart here, which they will. 1, 2, and 3 are found. Swamp Gaming successfully win the Battle of Ultimates, where everyone, it seemed like, popped theirs. And with Lugia being the latest of all, RAD finally will just disassemble here, back off, and reassess how they want to approach it. As we get towards 70% for Swamp, maybe one last push here for RAD before they start to think about a strange portal.
A lot of these games seem to set up as who gets the first point and then goes up to 99%, and then it's all about the other team to flip it and try and maintain. But this one's been back and forth, up to 50, then up to 50, now up to 80 for Swamp Game because RAD look to try and push on in. A lot of damage coming in from that Chaos Sword of Scalagenji to try and weaken them down on the assault. Eats a lot of damage themselves, but with that magnetic barrier will sustain on through. Good group walls from Ducky, trying to isolate anyone from Swamp Gaming. If they can take down Scalagenji, then that will be a big setup for them.
Love this positioning from Valentina at the moment, making sure she's not vulnerable, but also being there to support both the backline and the duelists at the same time.
Oh, you're so close to your ult, you're so close to your ult, you're so close to your ult.
Oh! Goes down.
We have ult charge from Mash, but he's trying to make sure he stays
Wait,
up.
she just jumped over the wall? What the hell?
Down to the side by Melophobia, but he's traded out by Lugia Gold. Going to be the fate of both worlds for Valentina Eve, and Invisible Boundary will mirror that for Vertigo.
Bro, she was so close to her ult.
Smash this can try and drop the Widow. Ult 4 to set up a straggling prison is enough to group up Swamp Gaming, whittle them down, and now it's all about the stragglers. Portal is going to be incoming, so they will be able to delay. Incredible delay coming in from Swamp Gaming, and it's already at 99 for them. RAD, they look for the sustain, and it looks like Swamp might try and go for a portal gank or at least a high ground position.
Yeah, they can take their time, wait to be a full 6 here, and they are going to use the portal to try and re-engage as quick as possible from a different position so they don't get caught out and really ambushed from the other side. But RAD still have plenty to offer here, and it is going to be the Raging Royal Flush up and available for Mash.
Covered, but he's holding it for as long as possible. They're trying to see if they can grab someone on the neutral. Cosmic Guard Amplifier will be dropped, so immediately the flush has to come out to make sure that they can contest. But it's going to be Melophobia who falls down first. Eve was followed, but they bring back at the Battle Rebirth Beacon. Daze falls, straggling Prison from the edge.
Oh, he's still got two!
They get a couple, but the numbers are so heavily in favor of RAD.
They don't have port, too!
The Swamp Game being forced off the point. Now it's all about getting back to the point fast. And in the meantime, the rest of the team just has to hold. Scanner Genki is holding this as long as they can. Oh, comes out from Smash this to try and just ping from a distance, try and take them down. But everyone is just tanking through this.
There is going to be an Eye of Agamotto available. Could definitely be the difference maker in favor of Swamp Gaming
1
here,
HP.
but RAD are aware of it, and they're spreading out to make sure they can't all be hit at once.
Craftsman coming in with the Venom to try and put some disruption onto Smash this, who's caught in the trap. The shield is good, though, for the Invisible Woman Vertigo. The Eye of Agamotto is going to be blocked out from the counter shield. Suddenly, Scanner is going to get focused.
That was a tip to tap, man.
And the backline of Swamp is nowhere to be seen. Valentina is one of the only people still up and is trapped in the corner, which means they are not on the point. The duel is good.
Uh-oh, Crazy Kitty, though.
Out ahead, and overtime ticks down. RAD are going to take the first point of Celestial Husk.
So RAD will take the first lead here then in our losers semi-finals against Swamp Gaming. And I think this is so important here, Tetch, because Swamp Gaming, they're going to be coming into this one hot, right?
It's not over. Shut up, chat. Shut up. It's not over. It's not over. I did not lie to you guys. I did not scam you guys. That was the first point of King of the Hill. It's not over, bro.
We know Celestial Husk is a strong map for them.
It's not over until the fat lady sings.
This losers semi.
It's a quote from Captain America.
Find a way to respond. Did they portal a little bit too early? Could be a question from me. They could have perhaps taken that fight and then portaled as a desperate play at the end. But either way, RAD will be delighted with the victory there in the first round.
Fatigue versus warm-up. That's the battle right now that Swamp are playing with themselves. They come in with all that experience. We've talked about
thanks, Jay, for going with Swamp Gaming.
Bro, a lot
of
these tournaments where teams just literally get more reps in, more chance to figure out the meta, more practice, and just get better. But RAD coming in, potentially just off warm-ups and scrims, are looking good right now versus Swamp Gaming.
Swamp taking a look at a couple of changes as well on their hero pool. Maybe looking to try and find more comfortable heroes that they can use. Daze on the Wolverine building up the ultimate as well, but it is going to be Lugia who can kick us all off with that clobbering time. By the way, I'm going to say it again, I love this map overhead, and I hope we see more of it. And the further we get into Marvel Rivals Ignite, as we see now the approach here from Swamp Gaming. Can you catch anyone off guard? But the clobbering time does come out.
Healing output is good, though. The backline Swamp Gaming once again showing just how much value they have. Last stand from the Wolverine.
I don't understand sometimes what is going on my screen, chat. Is that just me? I just see so many colors.
But as the front line falls, RAD will be forced off the point. That's going to be Swamp with the first point cap.
And it shows if you can get that first pick onto Crazy Kitty as well, because you have such an advantage going into the next fight. Kitty has to be careful when jumping in. But that is always what's going to be your responsibility as a Daredevil player, as a dive player. You either get that pick, you win the fight for your team, or you go down and suddenly your team's going to struggle.
More shots coming in from Melophobia. There's the bubble on the group to try and go up to the high ground as we see the Raging Royal Flush. But it's a double ult from Swamp Gaming. The strategist trying to keep the team topped up, but as such, the Battle Rebirth will bring back Crash.
Swamp Gaming double support ulted and they're still dying.
It allows the rest of the team to hold the low ground for at least a little bit longer as they are able to trade up to Crazy Kitty, which might be the saving grace here. But Vertigo...
Hold up, chat. Keep watching the game. I gotta do something real quick.
They can hyper commit. They've got the healing, and now it's all about seeing if they can pick off these members before too much charge goes over to Swamp Gaming.
Raz goes down before that. Prison can be used as well in their favor. Melo does still have cracking impact. That could be the difference maker. We know what Melo is capable of, but the Psionic Seduction is just going to force them off this point, and they find a couple of KOs to boot, and they will regain, take control.
Let's go, RAD!
On their side. Swamp Gaming, they'll be disappointed with the double strat.
I can't imagine voting on Swamp Gaming. Can't be me. I knew RAD was going to win from the beginning.
Swamp Gaming, RAD finally on the board, and they're building up towards a couple more ultimates. They're about to have clobbering time once again. They're about to have let the devil
nice. Come on. Let's win this, RAD.
Ahead in the ult economy right now in terms of having Strangling Prison, Meteor, and Kraken Impact, and soon.
I don't know why you guys are saying cheat 3, bro. All the predictions are right here in front of you guys. I voted for RAD.
This could be Swamp Gaming's chance to try and turn this round and kind of shut RAD down before they even catch up.
Is it going to be a case of shoulda, woulda, coulda, though? And Smash can certainly be the difference maker with these shots. And Daze gets ripped off the server. Melo will come back from BRB, but they are still going to find themselves in a 5v6.
A lot of pressure coming in from the Widow, trying to find anyone who pokes their head up, anyone who comes above the surface might be at risk. Lugia just keeping the pressure up, making the use of that bonus health from the Stone Haymaker to try and keep the high ground. Every time comes on down.
Ooh!
Sets them set back to spawn. Immediately the media rep coming back in. Swamp Gaming are
Hit
also
it.
pull the trigger
Hit
to try
it.
and set this down. Let the Devil Out is going to come on in for Crazy Kitties. He looks to try and trade out to gain advantage for their team, but again shut down by the mag cannon from the Magneto. And it's all about Swamp Gaming right now as they look for
Nice,
the
go!
the
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going!
Will not be enough for RAD to sustain it, but Portal will come back in. They want to contest this here. They don't want to give percentage back to Swamp Gaming.
Nice, nice.
One after another.
They're still ticking up though, up to now close to 80% as they're trying to make this awkward for Swamp Gaming, and it's been everything.
Nice stall by Vertigo.
Finally, you get the conversion. But
wait, Swamp Gaming capped
on the side of RAD, so I like that stalling ability
Hold up,
from
Chad.
them.
Keep watching the game real quick.
They did give away a couple of ults alongside that fight as well. Daze is going to be where the focus point is, of course. We'll have to see whether he can just grab one of Ducky or Lugia, be able to steal them away, get that damage in. And potentially that could help Swamp tick up towards their 99.
Nice, good cap. Swamp Gaming, keep it up.
Every inch. They don't want to just wait on that low
Come on,
ground,
guys.
wait for RAD to come
You guys
down,
can hold
they
this.
drop a little bit of damage and then drop down to the low ground, waiting for an opportunity for anyone from RAD to once again poke their head above the surface to get picked off, and that would be a perfect target. They can take out Smash this early, but instead it's Daze who gets dropped low, is able to stay up thanks to that regeneration from the Wolverine, as immediately it's RAD with the high ground.
See, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Oh, that was a big ult, but still, Melophobia got that pick.
And there are very few ultimates left for RAD. They're about to have the boundary, but he's going to be up in order to use it.
Oh, you should have saved it for the invis, but he probably didn't know. You could have ulted the invis out.
Of the duelist for RAD. They don't have the damage to come on in, so they're forced to portal. Crazy Kitty's going to be coming in, but the rest of Swamp Gaming are holding for now. Scatter's dropped low, but the healing is good. They're zoning the rest of RAD out. Portal coming in for the reinforcement, but neither team is dropping. Finding Days comes down, but the Rebirth Beacon is still up. Widow on the backline takes out one.
No, come on.
They're trying to pick up another. Vancina E falls, and the wraparound into the front line, but Mash is completely isolated.
Hold on, chat. I gotta go to my board real quick.
Physics and Vertigo.
I was going to say, who have you got, Smash or Mellow? It's Smash in the end who pops the ult and forces Mellow to switch on over to the Strange now, as again, Swamp are forced to portal just to try and keep this one alive. Otherwise, RAD might be taking this first point, and this is going to be a desperate attempt as they all bundle through.
Yeah, street charges come on in. Clobbering time finds very few things. Back to the bubbles. There's just so much protection on the side of Swamp Gaming. Golden Guard Amplifier's going to be coming on out with the buff from the Meteor M for the blow up. It's blocked out by the shield, but suddenly that's not a great position. Lugia is going to be taken down, but Forky Dog on the backline will be removed. That's a lot of the healing out.
Come on, SG.
Is taking on through.
Come on, SG.
Comes on out to take them down. Scatter falls. Eternal Bond is already charged, and that's a huge amount of healing for Swamp Gaming, and that might allow them to survive a little bit longer.
Wait, we don't really see a lot of Cloak and Dagger as well. That's crazy.
Taking a lot of extra damage thanks to that damage boost from the team up onto that Cloak and Dagger. The focus is big, but Lugia will not go down. He's still delaying. He's 1v4 right now. Crazy Kitty joins to try.
Come on, guys. Come on, SG. Oh, SG might win this. Wait, who did he hit with his ult, bro? He's ulting the Ghost. The voice is in his head.
I don't think they do either, but they are going to get a full overtime clock to try and get someone on the touch. You've got to be aggressive here.
Smash this!
He goes down. Ducky will be taken down as a response, and there will be a touch now from RAD as they desperately try, but they cannot.
Oh, they did it!
Swamp tie us up.
I never doubted Swamp Gaming. Nice. This is a really good game. This is a really good game, bro. We can't let EU win.
They throw their own body.
We can't let EU win
to try and delay that.
Come on.
But there's just too
like,
many
who
members
even
for
lives
Swamp and too little time on the overtime.
EU?
It just took a second to be pushed off before Swamp even up
who,
the score.
What the hell is a kilometer?
Already charged up, meaning that it will be RAD who pulled the trigger. And
what's a Celsius?
Especially with Boundary also just
you know what I'm saying?
It is a battle of Smash versus Mellow at the moment on these final hits, and how influential they've been in some of these fights as well. You saw that it looked like RAD were behind, but then Smash suddenly on that Widow able to find 1-2 picks out of nowhere, completely swings the fight in their favor. You can say the same for Mellow and what he's been able to do on that Bucky as well, and both of them being able and being prepared to switch over to that Strange if they need to, just to get that portal in. But I wouldn't have had it any other way in our first map here. We're going to round 3 here on Celestial Husk.
Both teams know what's on the line. It is survival is all that is available for them, and that third place guarantee and the chance of that grand finals. This is only map number 1 of our best of 5s, and these teams already take each other to the limit.
We expected it to be close, but you mentioned it as well. Now going into this fight, RAD have an advantage in terms of that ult economy, and they are going to use it straight away. The Psionic Seduction, just to try and force out a little bit of space for the rest of the team, but it is going to be countered a little bit from the wall of
That's
Krazman.
your EU team right there, chat.
But now RAD on high
That's
ground,
your
need to
EU
decide
team.
when they want to drop and make sure they drop together.
Oh,
Coming in that diamond form to try and look for a setup. They go for the crystal kick, but they haven't gone for the full commitment, trying to focus down Valentina Eve, who used that Luna team up with a little bit of protection, and it is going to be Swamp who will fall 1 by 1. A delay is going to come in from Krazman, going to come in from Valentina Eve and Daze, but overall RAD just have so much momentum and such a big numbers advantage, they will be able to pick this up. They don't actually get the first cap. That went over to Swamp, and they were just delayed to try and build anything they can. They get to 18%, but now RAD have the defensive
yeah, I don't know how I feel about
Krazman on the group being able to isolate them on the high ground, then take that point.
the cloak and dagger pick, but if it works, it works. I kind of like the Luna.
Mash having the Raging Royal Flush available to RAD, they certainly have the advantage in this next engagement, depending on whether you can get in the position to use it properly here. You could use it as a response to something that comes out on the side of Swamp, that's for sure, because Mellow, cracking impact is certainly going to play a huge factor if you can get anyone low, as Lugia does take down Daze and gets caught off guard, but he's going to get brought back from BRB.
A lot of pressure being dropped in here. Lugia once again making the most of this. Clobbering time comes on out.
Oh.
Media dodge it and absorb some of the damage. The Raging Royal Flush comes
Oh.
on. Media is blocked beautifully.
What
here
a
by
block.
RAD.
Bro,
And that
seeing
was
an
what
Emma
Davies got
block
defensive tools
a
and
Maggle
able to
is
convert
always
them
so
into right now.
satisfying,
They're gonna
dude.
go
That
down
it's
to the
not
ground,
that
see if
it's
they
not
can
that
step
easy
onto
to
the
pull
point,
off,
trying
chat.
to turn around. Goes
That's a
back
huge
on
block.
Susie Widow and taking him down. Smashed is completely scouted on the flag.
It was defensive tools used, but think about the offensive one used on the side of RAD is now cracking
Nice,
back.
go up
Will
there,
come
go
into
up there with
play.
your ult, go up there with your
Swamp
ult.
to find 2 KOs. On the other side, Kitty says, I'll
Ooh.
let you allow, but do you want to go toe-to-toe with Mellow? That's the real
Oh,
question.
come on,
Kraz
kill
gets involved
him.
Now as Swamp Gaming looks to take control of this point.
Straggling Pins will try and knock them down as Crazy Kitty pressures the backline, takes out Melophobia, and Smashness has rejoined the fight with the mobility, takes down Scatter, Grassmag falls, and RAD
Dude, this is a
continues
bloodbath
that charge up, approaching
from
the
both
critical
teams.
99%.
The delay was insane there from RAD, allowing those players that were picked off early to get back into the fight and get back in quickly and influence it with those ults. Now at 84% already, Swamp already having to consider a portal here. Krazman is going to go for the switch on over, and this is a last desperate attempt once more. It did work out in the previous though. What does Swamp have left? Daze, again, is going to be the one on the ult, and it's going to be, can you actually find that pick?
Last Stand being potentially a very literal name for that Wolverine ultimate as they look for the turnaround. Coming in from above, picks up the backline.
Oh, he used his ult! That was disgusting, yo. I don't know which observer just did that, but thank you for watching that. Oh my god.
Smash is finding picks, by the way. Forky Dog taken down, so there is going to be a little bit of a race back to the point on the side of Swamp. You've got to make sure
Oh
Forky's in the
my
fight before the
god,
likes of
that
Captain
was
Crazy
insane.
return to action. But at 99% already for RAD,
I
they
don't
do
see
have time on
EU
their
doing
side.
those
They can start to
plays.
Build up these ults. Maybe try and bait out some ults on the side of Swamp Gaming before they then turn this around and flip it onto Swamp's side and say, look, we're prepared to take this one and take the first map.
They only really need one fight to win. There's no portal available for Swamp. Their backline ultimates charging up but not yet ready, so Crazy Kitty can find someone before they're able to get set up. That could be huge. Raging Royal Flush getting charged up to make sure they can get the rest of the team with the Psionic Seduction for the focus onto the backline to make sure they can't heal the front. Good attempt at an escape from Scatter, but they're taken down. Eve falls for Smashness, and it's full control for RAD.
It's full control. It's probably the round. It's most likely the map at this point. Daze is going to try his best to stall, but no one is going to be there. Overtime ticks over. RAD take the first map here in the losers semis.
A very solid setup, but Swamp are
Listen,
making them work.
and they
for
might
it.
have lost
so
a round.
Much of this is coming down to
But
the
you know what we
front
have
line
that
of
EU
RAD.
doesn't have?
That Psionic Seduction was such
Seasoning.
a shot down onto the backline, created a huge
Yeah.
opening
How does it feel?
for the duelists of RAD to move on in and try and get some pickups. And a well-deserved in-game MVP, at least for Smashness, means that their damage output, every time they were taken down, it felt like they returned to the fight and made the most of that Widow range to just get even more picks. 22 finals.
How many times were RAD down and out in that fight, and then suddenly Smash just brings it right back into the question for their side, and very impressed. Color me impressed, and for good reason, because I think going into these next maps now, they're going to be full of confidence. For Swamp to try and bounce back here, don't be too disheartened. It's a best of 5, most important.
You've got so much time. You've got so much recovery. There's been a lot of teams that have said, Swamp, their domination has been where some teams have taken advantage. But when you're talking about that, it's Team Liquid Citadel. That's the team they have had to play up against, and Team Liquid Citadel haven't really lost almost any map types, let alone domination. So Swamp are trying to make a name for themselves here, but RAD are still managing to snipe these wins from these teams, and it's an incredible LAN debut for both of them.
I mean, both of them have a point to prove, right? They've been in the shadows of the likes of TLC, of the likes of Na'Vi, and Virtus.pro in the case of RAD, but they've already been able to topple one, and they would love the chance to topple the other, I'm sure. But as we look back at some of these key moments, I think that Swamp Gaming maybe will be a little bit frustrated that they gave away some of the fights where it seemed like they had the advantage, but it was that man on your screen, Smashnez, who turned up time and time again on the Black Widow as the difference maker, and again just shows with this Widow rework how important
you know what the US doesn't have? Healthy people. Yeah, but you know what we do have? Free refills at the restaurant.
On the desk, Cody's even mentioned it on the stage. This time last year, there was a team called RAD at an event called a mid-season finals. They came in through the playoffs. They had to fight their way through. They lost in the playoffs to an American team, but still made it through to the bracket phase. They then had to fight their way through the lower bracket of that bracket phase after being knocked down by an American team, and they went on to win the whole thing. That team is now what we call Na'Vi, but RAD at this event are looking to try and mirror that performance. All that's standing in their way right now to get it to that lower bracket finals and be in with a chance is Swamp Gaming.
Oh, that was a great bubble, bro. Great bubble, and then
oof. Do still have time, and that's for sure. That's one thing they're certainly going to be aware of.
And then a horrible ult, man. A horrible ult.
2-0 down after the second, but now it'll be their choice of map. They can go to something they're a little bit more comfortable on, and they can reassess this lock and ban phase as well. Do they really think they have to be banning the Black Cat away from Crazy Kitty? After you just saw what he was able to do on the Daredevil, is the respect ban a little bit of a waste now, and would you like to put it elsewhere?
If you're banning one, is it worth banning both? You're starting to struggle. They had the thing to try and counter it out with that anti-dive, with the grounding of the anti-streak charge, but it just did not capitalize. It's the issue with these players who are most well known for one hero. What do you do when they have others? If you've got to force that ban onto it, and they still have the flexibility,
you heard that, chat? It's good to be flexible.
Someone else on what is an incredibly
you heard that?
team.
They just mentioned good players on one hero, but what do you do if they're flexible? Flexibility is always a good thing. Don't be a one-trick. If you are a one-trick, you are a detriment to not just yourself, but also your team. Be flexible.
And I think a lot of it was down to the Widow that we were talking about, but they were also fighting so well as a unit, making sure that no one was forgotten about, no one was isolated either. And they just
says the Bucky one trick. I'm not a Bucky one trick. Type exclamation mark champion. Exclamation mark Lord. I play a lot of characters. I just have a lot of fun on Bucky, and I happen to be the best hooker alive. It's not my fault.
Got to bring up Ducky here, starting off on the group, but moving over to the Emira's time.
You think you're just born being the best hooker? No. I had to work hard. Street corner after street corner. I worked hard.
The lead in the series. Here are the post-game stats.
Did you guys know I could hang on a stripper pole without any hands?
Who was able to stay safe on that backline the most. Whereas if you look at Swamp, their backline
my tier 3 subs know about it.
So pressured by Crazy Kitty and Smashnez.
Thing is so often the unsung hero as well. Lugia putting 31k damage on the board as well. Of course, you don't get the same final hits necessarily, but that was a huge factor for the reason why RAD were able to take it. Wow, speaking of taking it, Swamp Gaming are going to take us over to Spider Islands here.
It's a convoy map. This is one of the maps traditionally that really, well, pun intended, spawn holding as a strategy, setting up as many.
We're seeing a lot more Spider Islands now. We actually, I don't think we've ever seen this much Spider Islands. Usually we're always going to Museum or Dajalia, but this is a nice little switch up.
The Doctor Strange portal back on first point to waste as much time as possible. This is a map that has seen it all when it comes to hefty defenses. Now it's just about what we'll see in the ban phase, especially with Penny coming into the meta.
Yeah, I'm intrigued where Swamp go with this one, because they tried to do the same thing against TLC. It didn't work out in the end. Maybe TLC had their number a little bit, knew what they were trying to play for, and got their bans correct. If Swamp are able
the new map is not in rotation, chat. They're not going to make people play a tournament, a $500,000 tournament on a new map that just released a few days ago. Doesn't make any sense. A week ago.
Going to be potentially banned away for these teams. It's been the go-to in literally every time. Your bans will be joining us very shortly. I'm very curious to see if we do see that Penny making its way onto the board. And if so, will it be because of an Ultron being let through? Is Ultron going to be taken out to prevent the team up? While Penny gets the team up from Black Panther as just a base, is it worth for the combo here? As we are going to be heading into that draft, and there is a first Loki Protect, brought up by Terra earlier, but still seems to be making its way into these games. And mentioned very beautifully on the desk, Valentina Eve is absolutely insane on it.
One of the best Lokis in the game, that's for sure. So even though it's become a meme now, the Loki Protect, it completely makes sense for Swamp Gaming, and I like the strategy that they employ following it. On the other side, most likely, yeah, you will see a Gambit Protect on the side of RAD, so we are going to get the one-sided Gambit in their favor again. Really worked out for them. They were timing their
I don't know what that
Gambit
means. Jay, are you short and sweet like Sabrina Carpenter? I don't know what that means. Who's Sabrina? Why is she a Carpenter? I don't get it.
Once you are able to tag everyone with that.
I'm a streamer, chat.
Now, for Swamp Gaming, they have a decision, though. Do they want to try and get the single-handed
I don't understand that question.
Like they did? It didn't help them in the previous, but they are going to at least ban it away here.
Magneto removed for good reason. We've seen just how aggressive.
Why are you
RAD
guys
can be
comparing
on it,
me
but
to
of course
like
we still have
a
some
Carpenter?
great heroes for both of the RAD frontline with the Thing still available, as is the Groot as the potential. And RAD will secure the Thing. They want to make sure that the team.
Jay is the type of dude that smells like cheese and
they
mildew.
Removed the Rocket Raccoon.
Whoa!
I do think banning Rocket against Swamp
I
is
smell
important,
good.
especially here on this map. We know how integral that BRB can be to the game plan.
You
Both
probably
defending
smell like pee and
attacking,
ointment.
If I'm completely honest.
How about
Rocket
that?
is just such a fantastic hero to have on your back line, and in particular, Forky Dog, one of the best to pilot it. Now, this is an
Old
important
ass.
Swamp Gaming. They recognize how much of a problem Emma was towards the end of that game after the switch, and they will remove it immediately. Emma is a problem in general, not just the psionic seduction, but the grab is something that is so difficult to play against.
Going for that over the Groot, choosing to believe.
Jay is the type of dude to wear his outside clothes on his bed. That is not true at all. Chat knows that I don't like wearing shoes in the house. And I always say, if you wear shoes in the house, that's disgusting. You wear your shoes from outside and you go inside and you track your nasty shoes all over your house. That's disgusting. I make people take their shoes off when they get into the house.
Well, RAD have said, all right, you're not targeting our Black Cat. Let's look after Crazy Kitty here, and let's make sure that Daredevil is not going to be a counter to it. So we should, at some point during this game, get to see Crazy Kitty on the Black Cat again. And it is exciting because he has been touted the best Black Cat in the world. So we'll have to see whether he can put it into effect here in map 2. But that's going to be our lock and ban phase. I feel like both teams have been able to achieve
cat on the counter?
what they set out to here. There's a clear strategy on both sides. But of course, it comes down to who can actually put it into effect once we're into the map.
Not where we cook the food, but there's a
Spider Islands. RAD starting
what's it called?
The defense, and Swamp Gaming will bring it on the attack.
Like the island, right? People call it the island, right? There's like in the middle of the
We'll have to see how they're able to execute it. But in terms of
the cat jumps on the island, but never where the food is.
Some very hefty defenses. Will we see RAD go for that triple Vanguard, triple strategist? The answer is no. They're starting off on a standard 2-2-2.
Let the kitty have his claws out. That's what I say. As we saw previously as well, Swamp, when they tried to do this against TLC, they did run Mellow.
No, our cats are not outdoor cats. Our cats are indoor cats. They do not go outside.
Just hitting those haymakers left, right, and center. Swamp, show us what you got, because I'm excited for this game.
Speaking of oppressive, we saw a
oh my god, how did he get that?
Try and send Jason to the backline to get them through that first point, but they're unable to get the final hit thanks to that force physics of Vertigo protecting Mash, who was almost caught out of position. It's literally just a rollout for aggression, immediately makes their way back to spawn, swaps to the Storm, gonna stick with the Winter Soldier in the end to make sure that they have the range damage to deal with any bunkered up members of RAD.
So much of Marvel Rivals is knowing how to play your heroes and how you can counter other heroes.
Wait, Daze always had a Bucky in his bag? Why is he now just whipping out the Bucky?
His teammates, as Crazy Kitty does get the opener onto Forky Dog as well. The Kitty's been let loose, and she is starting to scratch.
And look at the power we're seeing with Crazy Kitty here, unmarked, because they banned away the Daredevil, the character who would be able to see them every time they go into that Helm of Hades invisibility. So now that that's been removed, Crazy Kitty has so much more freedom to try and track down the members of Swamp Gaming without being
Crazy
punished.
Kitty on the Black Cat. This is going to be scary.
Swamp Gaming are sent back to spawn, and RAD set up the hold.
It's very difficult because you want to peel to be able to help
if
your
Swamp Gaming loses this chat,
you just give so much space
not gonna
to
be good.
to start bullying you as well. We'll have to see whether Swamp can find the answer here.
I think if Swamp Gaming loses this, we'll only have one NA team. NA's last hope. Team Liquid Citadel.
Charging up very quickly, though.
We will only have Team Liquid Citadel.
With that Cloak and Dagger for Forky Dog, they could go in for an Eternal Bond to try and go for a backline setup. Max is going to be zoned away by Scatter, but it's going to be picked off on the flank. Beautiful positioning from Swamp Gaming, able to get the full wraparound and cut off that backline. And suddenly that defense of RAD collapses as quickly as it was set up.
It was a big switch over from Daze as well, moving over to the Bucky, being able to get that pick onto Crazy Kitty. You eliminate Black Cat from the game. You have the 6 versus 5, and at that point you just have to use the damage output of Mellow on that Punisher, which is exactly what they've been able to achieve here. And Forky Dog does find one onto Crazy Kitty again, so it is going to be another stagger here on the side of RAD, and they have to make a decision whether they want to commit to this one. They do have ults to do so.
Brute Balls trying to be zoned out, trying to get a punishment onto Ducky, who steps forward. Goblin Time going to be coming on out, knocks up Krasbag and Valentina Eve, preventing...
that could be a fat ult right there.
From Valentina Eve with the God of Mischief and the Kraken Impact, looking for the first reset, but the boundary is going to keep them topped up.
Wait, how the hell did the Groot get all the way over there?
Comes on down, grabs 2, but it's not enough for the finishing blow. Smashless just cannot find them here. That's ults from both sides, but RAD find nothing, and Swamp still have tools to use. Finding Valentina.
Oh, Crazy Kitty's going crazy, bro.
Piling on the pressure, and despite Swamp having the ultimate economy advantage here, they still lose members, meaning it might be down to the next push to drop those ultimates.
Fairly certain it was another double support, or another double strat ult from the Swamp Gaming backline.
Another double strat ult, bro.
And it has allowed RAD to
this
come
is
out on top.
Swamp Gaming is not going to win if they keep double strat ulting, chat.
Some form of economy here on the side of Swamp Gaming that they can utilize and gain an advantage from. When you use both of those,
you just need to communicate with each other. I don't know why people are just not communicating. So they're better than this. Is Swamp Gaming letting the nerves hit them?
Unleash fire from above, so Melaphobia plays close to the building, making sure that they're at least a little protected and not going to get burst from above. But once again, Crazy Kitty is in the backline, causing a mischief. The final judgment comes on out for an attempt at a turnaround, but the rest of the team is just falling around them. But while that's happening, while they avoid it, the point just moves forward. It's going to be a dive from Mash to try and delay it. Scattergate is going to be coming on in with the media air. It is tanked beautifully, but it's just too much damage. Lugigo will fall, but Melaphobia will be picked off in exchange. Scatter goes down,
come on.
Mash are still holding this as RAD is forcing them back. Mash healing is fantastic here.
Scatter committed heavily to that fight. Maybe got a little bit power hungry on the Chaos Swords, as I'm sure all Magnetos do at the moment, but it leaves us with only 14 seconds left for Swamp Gaming to try and make this push just to the first point. Is there going to be any attempt at a portal here, or Swamp Gaming just going to try and run this one up? They're running out of time.
They need to step up. Valentina Eve's being focused down, which is building up a lot of gold for that Black Cat. Daze on the flank, though, looking for an opportunity. He's 66% of the way towards a last stand. A move on in, straggling Prism for the setup to try and...
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
Going on in, and the rest of Swamp Gaming are whistled down 1 by 1. Daze tries to delay for a portal, but there's no way he holds in time as RAD hold on point 1.
God damn, dude. I did not expect Swamp Gaming to get
the dark horses
stomped,
of a team that could go on to win this entire thing. And the further and further they get in this tournament, the more I start to believe they definitely have the capability to do so.
I definitely think the nerves are hitting them, chat. I definitely think the nerves are hitting them, because why else are you double support ulting, man? Come on, guys. Double support ulting is like what my ranked teammates do. We can't do this in a $500,000 tournament, man.
And remember, Swamp Gaming chose this map for a reason. They have a game plan. Do they have something up their sleeves? The penny is an option.
Look at what is banned on the side of Swamp Gaming, what they cannot play. They have access to the Adam, they have access to the Penny, they have access to the Ultron, even if they want to go for the full whole hog here. But instead, it looks like they choose Forky Dog to stay on that Invisible Woman to make sure they have the damage boost, the healing output with the boundary.
Okay, this is looking like my ranked games right here. 1 tank, 4 DPS, 1 support. Yeah, let's get it.
Double revives or even double boundary. Of course, if you have the option, you would rather make sure your team never goes down at all than to revive them, but having the option is nice.
It's an interesting mentality to go into this one for RAD as well, because it feels like a win. It feels like a success. You've denied the first point, but how many times have we seen on Spider Islands where a lot of these teams fail at that first point as well? RAD need to know full well Swamp Gaming have the capability to do exactly the same thing to them, so they need to very particularly calculate how they're going to break this initial setup to give them as much time as possible.
Vertigo started the pre-round on the Daredevil just in case anyone was trying to set up or set a trap with Wolverine outside the spawn door, just so he could see through the wall. He swaps over to the Invisible Woman once the round starts, but I love the min-maxing here from Brad to make sure that they do not get cheesed out here, and now they start to move up. The penny webs are set up, and it is
Fox is Canadian, so this is even funnier. Yeah, but this is not a Team USA chat. This is an NA team, North America.
Kitty, who will fall down, and Smashness will retreat back to spawn, but it's just unloading shots into the penny, and the penny seems mostly unbothered.
Yeah, whose job is it to find that nest, or are you just going to try and brute force it and take the penny down? If so, would you like to switch over to a Bucky perhaps, see if you can get a grab, and then everyone just pummel the penny at the same time, or you could just pass it over to Smashness, who gets the opener.
I don't use that. I don't use that team up with Punisher. Is it good?
Numbers very heavily in Rad's favor as they clear on out and immediately scatters over to the Strange. They know they can't afford distance. This is exactly how this point is played. You fight everything you can on first
Daredevil
point. You portal in. You delay as long as you can. You do not let that point move. That's your entire strategy here, and you hope that you can build up to that Adam Warlock ultimate right away. As Smashness is absolutely body through that portal.
Yeah, that is a fantastic opening pick there from Forky. Such an important one for this next engagement, but still, RAD are applying the pressure, and they are going to commit to the Raging Royal Flush as well. Valentina, Dace, and Forky all go down.
The entire front line is getting focused through the portal, but it goes down. They can't leave. So it's going to be a full team reset on foot here. They can't just retreat and swap characters. They have to wait for those timers, and immediately RAD roll on out to try and set up for that hard defense to make sure that Swamp can't even touch that point.
RAD will march on forward towards this point now, and Swamp Gaming, even though they are going to be having the chance to touch here, they will have to defend for an entire 2 minutes off the back of winning this engagement. They have no ult to work with. Vertigo is going to have the invisible boundary as well. It's certainly advantage RAD here. Swamp Gaming, their backs are against the wall.
Dace tried to go for a wraparound, but was caught out of position. So
yeah, no, this is GG's, bro.
The Black Cat, as we've already mentioned, is not contested here, but the conquering time comes on out. It's a focus onto the front line. If no one's on the front line, who's on the point? Invisible boundary, just so the Black Cat can touch. They have to force this, but with one of their front line down, how long can they hold? They don't have Adam. They don't have boundary. Second boundary comes up just in time. Omega Hurricane and the final judgment.
No, GG's chat.
Too much damage, though. Who could stand up to that? And who can stand up to RAD?
RAD continue their march on as they find their second map now here against Swamp Gaming and put themselves on series point going into this third.
RAD is a team that had to go through MRC, right?
A very closely contested match here
I don't know that far back. I don't watch MRC chat, but was RAD a team from MRC?
They need a reset.
Yeah.
They need to be looking at themselves.
That's awesome. That's impressive, dude.
A
team that wasn't invited to like the top teams or like the all that stuff made it through MRC, made it through the qualifiers, and made it all the way this far in the tournament. That's awesome. That is awesome.
In previous patches and has returned in this one. The Punisher with the Storm.
Swamp is also not a partner, yeah. I heard that's crazy, man.
This is just an old-fashioned team up of just, I'm giving you bonus damage. There's no fancy overlay, there's no fancy logo. This is just Storm gives Punisher damage, and Punisher does damage. We're going to head over to the analysts to break down that incredible first two maps.
Thank you so much, Tetra. I mean, when Destiny has a name, it is hard to erase it. I mean, the fate threads are showing.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom for the. This might be the last match.
But
this might be the last match.
Someone like 100 Thieves, it looked light work for RAD. I mean, they handled it easily. Swamp Gaming typically can beat someone like 100 Thieves easily, but RAD is just clicking on all cylinders. We keep saying this, they're getting better as this thing goes on.
Yeah, and I think that like for Swamp, they've been a lot more like reserved in their approach, but now the mistakes are starting to come out, and it's like RAD have just been going gung-ho with their approach. That was probably the more like patient approach that we've seen from them. Swamp Gaming again wanted to go to Spider Islands. It was the only time against Gen G where they actually played past the first point, either full holding or being full held themselves. It's the latter against them. RAD actually having a good defense, even with all of the triple like strategist Garbo banned out. It was a 2-2 setup that was held in from RAD, so Swamp, it feels like they're kind of out of options, whereas RAD have got more and more creative.
I think Swamp Gaming are so practiced against triple strategists. When they play against a comp that isn't that, they kind of fall apart a little bit, especially with Mash being one of the most aggressive Gambit players we have seen in this entire tournament. 8 finals in the first game, 7 in this one, going toe-to-toe with even some of those star players from Swamp Gaming.
Yeah, Mash has really impressed me throughout this entire thing. And honestly, I mean, we can't listen. The domination was very close, fellas. I mean, that was as close as you get. It's not like it's just been like a one-sided affair. That map, though, like if Rad was in the position Swamp was in, I was like, okay, there'd be some hope. For me, I get nervous because Swamp now being down 2-0. This is just, it's not built for how Swamp is. Like, they like it messy, right? But this is just a team that it feels like it will be very tough. Everything's stacked against them to be able to climb that reverse sweep. Not saying it's not impossible or possible, but right, this is a team that makes me uncomfortable in this position.
I mean, the best analogy I can think of is, you know, like they're a team called Swamp, and it's like imagining the Florida, you know, Georgia, like swampy-ass regions of Americas, and they've gone over to the West Coast in LA where we play mid-season finals. It's still hot, but it's a different type of hot. That's kind of how it feels for like Swamp Gaming. Like they're still trying to play their game, but Rad are sort of well aware of it, and they're not afraid to just take a few more risks. It feels like Rad are playing to win, whereas Swamp are playing to not lose, and that costs teams.
And we have to highlight this, right? This is first-time land for both teams, right? And so one has gone and sped run all the things you could possibly go through. It does kind of feel like a bit for Swamp Gaming that the inexperience, if you will, in environments like this. Now, Melophobia did say on stage, like, this is my environment, this is my home, this is where I feel the most like me, and the respect is absolutely there. But you have to keep your mental strong if you're trying to make it into what is going to be a very competitive top 3. Vaudable, what do you want to see for the pick and ban here?
I'm just shocked that we're going to Symbiotic Surfers. We have not seen this map in some time, especially during this event. So, I mean, they might have a good strategy here. I think the big thing is making sure that you can secure either the DD. I mean, we have not seen that be online at all to try and counter Crazy Kitty. And I feel like the one-sided vision of the Daredevil has been such a monumental advantage for this side of Rad. And the Wolverine's just not working. We got to go with something else.
I mean, for it going to Clint Tower as well, I think we've only seen Swamp play it once, but it's more the fact of like at this event,
Do you want to be a special guest?
Spider Islands have not been in a position.
Want to be a special guest, chat? I might have a special guest for you guys.
But the other main option that they've gone for across the year
Want
is
to be a special guest? Come here.
It's a very, very good map for Rad, as we've been seeing, so they have to go something a little bit different.
Here's my opinion on this for a couple of reasons. First of all, this map can kind of lend to all playstyles. It's front to back. If you want to go dive, you can go dive as well. The second point is built well. And funny enough, again, I've been covering this team now for as long as this esports been around. They were Nemesis before Swamp Gaming, couple of changes there. But Nemesis
used to love this map
too. This was kind of their home base back in the day.
Wait, say that again?
Feels like
Who do you
the
think's
home
gonna
court
win?
for them. We talked about, like, it's so important to have a map locked down. You said Rad there. I think that was a great point. That's kind of their map, right? For Holodajalia or for Wakanda in general. For them, Swamp Gaming, if they can get
I think
this
Noodle
win
said
on comfortability for them, it gives them options.
Swamp Gaming.
It really plays to what I feel like Vaudable Swamp does well, and that is having that flex. But it's when you ban out days, it can be tough.
I heard Swamp Gaming. I speak
limited,
cat.
and then Melophobia is uncomfortable, and you go from there.
Oh my
I
god.
think the big
Oh my
here
god.
is that comfortability, as you mentioned.
I just got
it
paid
felt
by
like the
Twitter.
backline as well of Swamp
$9.36.
elements. I mean, we saw, you know, the
Where are we going?
one-sided Loki, but the rocket ban that came out was so crucial. Forky Dog was
Where are we
trying to
going,
figure out
chat?
exactly what to play,
Dinner's
without
on me.
having to flex even into from
We're
the first
fucking
map
rich,
into the
bro.
snow, and
Oh
we haven't
my
really seen that
god.
throughout most of the events. So
Oh
I think
my
the big
god. I don't
thing
want
is
to
just,
brag
like,
or anything,
Mash
bro,
and
but
Vertigo have such a synergy going on the back line that has
Oh
not
my
been
god.
disputed by anyone so far in this lower bracket.
And Rad's like going to be defending first because Swamp want to
Can
play
you
on
get
attack.
anything
So like
from
we
it?
saw Swamp play it once against 100 Thieves back in groups of stage 1, and then a little bit more often peppered in. Rad haven't lost on it.
Can I borrow
4-0,
$10?
like,
I don't even have 10. I can give you
There's a
9.
couple of teams at EME
I have
start to
36
throw this out
cents.
towards the end as a Hail Mary, and Swamp's going to add to it.
I'll touch on this with what Vaude said too. I just want to say, listen, when we look at our best strategists in the American region, Valentina has been put in that role so many times, and that's what's so shocking to me is that right now it's Mash and Co. really just shining bright. And I say this all the time. In region, it's so tough to compare things, right? To look around and see just how good in those roles you are. But right now, it's showing the tail. Now, obviously, both teams believe in that back line, as they should. Gambit being saved. Loki ban on the other side. We've talked about why that's important, obviously, with that Gambit. Gonna have to kind of match the same, right, if you're Swamp?
Yeah, I mean, the main one, I think, is that Swamp have been going for the one-sided mag right at the start in these drafts, but now they just want to get the Gambit. They're also going to be looking to try to get the Loki one-sided, but it's going to be banned out early from Rad. They've just wanted to try to get that kind of combination together, but seeing the Swamp have gone for the Gambit, Swambit, I guess is what I was trying to say.
Swambit.
Like the Loki ban comes in a lot more prevalent for RAD.
Yeah, the first 2 maps, we have also seen the one-sided Gambit too from RAD, so that's been maybe the difference maker that Swamp has not been able to have that available. But I do like the thing ban here. It does allow Daze to be a little bit more unleashed on that Wolverine if they opt for it. And of course, we see the Daredevil ban in tandem.
Yep, so my guess is they're going to go back and put the same respect on the Flex Duelist that is Crazy Kitty, right? Daredevil's gone. Now, what is Daredevil? Yep, great against going to be the Black Cat, right? So you have 1 save left, 1 ban either way, and looking at it, Rye, what do you want to do to close it out for Swamp?
I mean, they have been going for stuff like the Emma, but you've got the Magneto sort of like protected. So yeah, just the Magneto to just make sure that you have that team up.
Wait a minute.
Be the Black Cat, right? So you have 1 save left, 1 ban either way, and looking at it, Rye.
Okay, Vinny.
What do you want to do to close it out for Swamp?
I mean, they have been going for stuff like
in the plan, and it's
I don't know if Vinny was in a relationship.
Gaskin Tetcher, this could be it for Swamp Gaming. Take it away.
This really could be
That's
it.
my
There's
tank
so
goat.
much pressure on these teams. And I'm going to take advantage of my co-caster here. Gaskin, you've actually played in quite a few esports in the past. How do you deal with when you're in a situation where the
happy
next
for
map
him.
could just be the end?
I mean, this is where you're looking to your coach, right? This is where Fox needs to step up, make sure the mentals are brought out of the gutter. It's so easy as a player to
Oh,
start
now
to
he's
think
the
about
GOAT?
what losing might feel like. Coach needs to turn that around.
I
and
like
say,
Vinny.
Just imagine what winning will feel like. Just imagine the victory of being able to overturn this one, get that reverse sweep. That was what pulled me out of things when I was competing. I'm hoping that the same can be done for these Swamp Gaming players, because right now I'm sure they are feeling dejected.
I didn't like
But all
Vinny
it
when
takes is
he
that one
solo
map
ulted
and
the
you feel
cart
like
when the
that.
enemy team wasn't even there because they won the team fight. I didn't like that, but I like Vinny.
These are headsets that are keeping them locked in that you see on stage. These are headsets that are tournament optimized, ensuring they hear everything they need to and nothing they don't. And if you're looking to upgrade your home setup, Razer's brought the same advanced wireless audio to the Black Shark V3 Pro. Check them out on the Razer website and stay ahead of the game, just like RAD are ahead in this series. The Penny, the Ultron, and the Adam coming in one.
Wait, this is the
more
first time we've
time
seen this
as
map.
what could
Wait a minute,
be
this is
the
insane.
last gasp for Swamp Gaming.
Ooh.
An incredible turnaround hold as they get the
Ooh.
first pick up immediately. Krasbag is here to play.
Right onto Smash as well, one of the best players to take out of the fight to begin with. Get a 6v5 that sometimes feels like a 6v4 with how much damage output Smash has had so far. I do think Swamp will be happier with this lock and ban. Of course, they were able to take out that Black Cat this time. They do
Oh
give
my
the
God,
respect
a penny
over
above
towards
them is
Crazy Kitty,
insane.
And they have been able to get close towards the first notch here. It does tick up, and now RAD are going to try and push back through with this Storm.
It's a big choke point. It can be very difficult to fight through this, especially as one of your players is a flyer who has to come in through a doorway. They use the walls to make sure that they have an opening, but that means nothing to Forky Dog, who just flies up and is just pinging over the top with the damage boost and a little bit of movement speed from Crazy Kitty. They're trying to play safe, but they're picked off. Both damage dealers are finished off on the side. They have to bounce through just to try and delay this. It's at this point probably going to go down, but they can't afford to let Swamp Gaming take all that time.
And it looks like Swamp Gaming have just been able to overpower them through sheer brute
That
force
sword
here
is
after
so
getting
strong,
that first
dude.
pick. And they are going to get the first point in a commanding fashion. Again, exactly what you needed here, Tetcho, when you talk about getting yourself out of that drought. A quick first point regains that confidence a little bit. Swamp
Oh
Gaming
yeah,
now
you
in a
just
little bit of an
reminded me as
ascendancy,
well.
and
Oh
Rad are gonna
my
have to
God,
reply.
yes, there is
Maybe
one
also
more
gonna be
best of
pushing
5
forward.
after
They
this,
don't
chat.
try and stay
I
on
thought
the
we were
cards to get
done
that
almost
extra
after
movement
this.
speed. They have a Penny, they have an Ultron. They want to be as far forward as possible. They want to set up those Elsa Bloodstone traps. They want to make sure that they have the positioning advantage, and they're going to try and do exactly what they did on that first point.
No.
Rush in, maybe
No,
get
no,
an
no,
early
we
pickup
don't
and
have
take
one more
position
after
and
this.
force
No, no,
Rad
no,
through
no, no,
choke
this
points,
is the
but
last one.
have been able to zone them out at least a little bit.
Yeah, Rad just
Whoever
make sure they
whoever
don't
wins
get
this
picked on
goes
as
to
easily
the
as they
lower
did
bracket
previously,
finals
but the
tomorrow
Gotrox comes
and plays
out,
against
and
the
now
upper
we'll
bracket
get the opener
finals
onto
loser.
Mash as well. There's not going to be any sort of BRB, so now suddenly Rad start to fall.
Days will go down, but he has Cocoon and can come back. He's 86% of the way towards that extra revive for the Karmic Revival. But it's all about the positioning for Swamp Gaming right now. Coming in from above, holding the high ground, and they're able to clean out the defending members of RAD, who are just trying to stand on the point and slow it down. And honestly, that's been the whole story of this map. It's just Swamp Gaming's just picking people off as RAD slow them down. But it's not by a lot. They're approaching the second point with 4 minutes minutes on the clock.
And I wonder if Swamp Gaming will look back at those locking bans as well. The instant protect onto Loki. Should they have just been having Valentina on the Gambit? Yes, she's one of the best Lokis around, but don't forget, one of the best Gambits to do it in the game as well. As now Scattergengi trying to be a little bit aggressive here on the mag, but you're going to get Meteor M on the other side.
Meteor M to absorb at least some of that Rage of Ultron, but it is going to get popped as Forky Dog unleashes. Rage and Royal Flush from both sides for the turnaround with the Omega Hurricane onto the objective to try and focus down the front line, but it's right into the penny desk. But it's enough to keep Crazy Kitty topped up. Second Meteor M to look for the blow up. It's down. Crazy Kitty falls, and the defensive tools from RAD are running down, but they're about to have that invisible boundary. It's once again, they're down 2 people, but they want to fight for every single second, but this time they're committing the portal, Gaskin.
Yeah, the invisible boundary just delays enough to try and get this portal out and re-engage, but Mellow cries, and Mellow again will take them down 1, 2, 3, and RAD, even though they have the portal, you'd imagine they are just far too staggered here at this point, and Swamp Gaming look like a completely different side.
They're not winning this, chat. Swamp Gaming has the penny on that as well. You're not winning that, bro. Doing a portal strat and the penny has the mines behind your portal, it's just too good.
And they move over to the penny themselves. They pick up the Ultron, they pick up the Atom. They know that they need to hold, so it's all about that triple strategist. It's all about the sustain, and it's all about trying to stop Swamp Gaming just walking forward, but the difference is Swamp have been doing this for longer. They already have the Atom Warlock Karmic Revival.
You just wonder, why weren't Swamp playing this composition earlier? They had the possibility to do so on map 2. They had the chance to have the Atom Warlock plus the Ultron, and of course the penny. It's been so prominent in the meta at this tournament as Swamp Gaming continue to push forward.
Ducky gets caught in the trap, focus down, magnetic barrier.
Dude, someone has to kill that mag, bro. That mag lives?
Aggressive move from Lugia with that cyberweb snare. Not up a finishing blow as it cuts the Rage of Ultron into the glass rocks, pops it, and might have just saved the rest of the team here. And the positioning is pushed forward by Swamp, forcing right around the corner. Here comes the Raging Royal Flush from Bash. That's enough to take out Melophobia, enough to take down Valentina. But Dave, the perfect being, brings them
massive res too, chat. Massive res.
Does get 4 back, because now Swamp Gaming,
massive
after all those ultimates
res.
are used, can now turn and flip this script in their favor. It is going to be Rage and Royal Flush trying to be countered here by the Meteor M, but that gets sucked up. It's hoovered, it's vacuumed, but Crazy Kitty still has Rage of Ultron.
It's going to be absorbed with the Meteor M from the other side.
Dude, come on, Magneto players, what's going on, bro?
Vertigo. This fight's been going on for so long. They're at 80%. Lugia with the spider time is able to control the point and at least force Swamp into the caves to try and prevent them here. Cyberweb snare onto Ducky, but it's not a finishing blow. They tank on through. Smashness has to retreat up to a high ground here. It's honestly like the teams have swapped positions here. A Swamp play on the low ground on the defensive side of RAD, trying to hold the high ground while trying to just keep Swamp in here. Don't let them step out and keep the pressure on. There's that Black Mamba team up for the extra attack speed and that shield. Smashness goes down, and Vertigo somehow
another
charge, able to bring back 1. Looks for 2, but will go down, but he has the cocoon.
Oh, the other team's up res.
Back, of course, but now the extermination.
Dude, we've been watching the same fight for like 3 minutes.
Back, but Swamp Gaming done enough to apply the
this is the same fight for the past 3 minutes.
To him as well, if you want to try and just apply that extra little bit with those mines.
Neither of these teams want to go down. Glassrocks comes on out to try and pull them into the nest, but it's not enough. Forky Dog chases them down, takes a smash nest. Vertigo falls as well, and there's no more cocoon. 2 members, 3 members fall for RAD, and Swamp, after stalling a bit on that corner, begin the slow, seemingly inevitable march towards the end of Symbiotic Surface as RAD begin to respawn, and they've got to start throwing bodies at this point.
Yeah, there was a big stagger there from Swamp Gaming. Glassrocks carries so many as well.
Oh.
Ducky gets removed.
They're going on instantly the trap to see if they can pick someone off outside the spawn. Lots of
Melophobia, bro.
Melophobia gets Vertigo, and they make sure to put an
Oh my god, dude, Melophobia. I don't think he wants to go home yet, chat. Melophobia is showing up on land, dude.
Thought that they can come back into this series. They managed to take it to 3, and they do it in an emphatic fashion as well. It's a dominant one from Swamp Gaming, only losing really 1 team fight, and even in that team fight, they were able to get the Karmic Revival, get back on their feet, and re-engage instantly. RAD fell apart a little bit defensively. I think ever since they had that first pick on them on the first point, right? They just were never able to reset properly, and they tried again on the second point, but Swamp Gaming were far too quick to stagger. And even just
Scattergenji's playing a really good game. He has not died
for those fights in terms of their own KOs. Swamp Gaming very much one-sided here.
Look at how quickly RAD are locking in compared to Swamp Gaming. Swamp Gaming just know to run it back. RAD, they know that they only really slowed down Swamp Gaming when they mirrored the comp, but now they're on attack. They know that the Punisher can be very effective into this, as can an Elsa in theory. They just need to find the right angles to deal with it. They're also looking at the potential of the Wolverine. If you can't get through the Penny Nest, the Penny Nest goes down when the Penny does. It's that or the Storm. You don't
I think
worry
Penny
about it,
is really
again,
good if you push. Like, defense, it's really good, obviously, right, chat? But I think Penny on offense is really good if you push the team back into a choke, and then obviously Penny is really good at holding space. So if you push him into the choke and you're capping the point, they have to run through your Penny and all the mines to try to get to the point to stop the point or stop the cap. So that's like the only time I can think of Penny. Or you do see those flanking Pennies who go behind your team, put all these mines down behind your team. So if your team pushes the team and they're falling back into the mines.
If they can hold a little bit longer than RAD did, remember, RAD's strategy here was just to delay as long as possible and burn through as much of Swamp Gaming's time, but they couldn't do so until point 3. Vertigo's already finished off, and it's almost an exact mirror, but the sides are reversed. As we see Daze finally getting taken down, RAD actually trading out evenly, and that might give this push a few more legs.
It certainly gives them the option to re-engage here, right? Yes, okay, Daze is going to have the cocoon, but they were down a player. Now they have the ability to re-engage, get some damage out, and maybe apply this extra little bit of pressure, and Smash is the one who is basically frontlining at this point, and I don't blame him.
He's just piling on as much damage as possible, taking as much as well, but that's building so much ult charge. You can see it's going to be Bash who's building the ultimate first. Vertigo, after going down early, it will be rejoining the fight, but this means that Raging Royal Flush will be the first commitment to this fight as they push on in, and it's the first ult to finish charging. There's the commitment for RAD as they make their way in with the extra attack speed from the Punisher. They do so much damage with the Raging Royal Flush on the front line. What front line, but what smashness! Crashbang with the extra mines is able to finish them off from the grave.
Maybe Kraz can do something on the Penny. Forky does take down Vertigo as well. This is not over yet, as I say that. Crazy Kitty says it wasn't, but now I will end it myself.
Storm being able to headshot's crazy.
Rely on a portal here. The good thing is they are going to have time to get it down.
They're really taking the risk for this. Is a hard position to portal from, as there are several tunnels where you can't do it, so you have to go for a little bit of a wraparound to get that positioning, but they will still commit to it. Scanner going to be on that Doctor Strange 4 to set up. Forky coming on in on the Ultron and quickly immediately shields the whole team to make sure they can try and force back RAD, who will give up some positioning just to make sure that they don't get burst out here. Rage of Ultron comes on out for Forky Dog, and RAD
Wait, isn't there someone on the left side though that we don't see?
They just got 2 points on the board. And
I swear we saw someone on the left side. No, no one's on the left side. Okay.
Just back away here, but if they lose something here, that will slow them down. Glatrox comes down with the Meteor Web to try and absorb some of that damage and make sure they don't capitalize.
Oh, he face tanked it, but he was
the Meteor Web mid-air.
Final judgment is going to
be. They were all linked together, bro.
Genji gets taken out, but remember, Karmic Revival is going to be there for Swamp Gaming, but they are so close to getting this notch, and they already get it before.
Oh, they capped and they used all their ults and res. Oh no.
The Mega Hurricane to try and finish them off. They don't want them to be slowing down. They want to see if they can get a stagger. Crazy gets caught in the Cyberweb snare, but they really want to just pick these people off. And look, they're not even going as aggressively as they can. They slowly finish them off to try and stagger those eliminations. And with that, while Swamp Gaming were able to hold for much longer than RAD did, RAD are able to get a stagger, and that will give them a big chunk of distance.
I did like the portal, though, and with Kraz having the nest down on the other side of the portal, just firing those mines through, it made it difficult for RAD to try and contest it. And yes, it's just about eating away at the time for Swamp Gaming. Maybe they recognize RAD definitely have the firepower to get through these first couple of points, and it may come down to time going to that overtime.
Smash falls down once again. Melophobia is just getting so much value. The trap onto Lugia, but they keep the pressure on. The Chaos Sword is on cooldown, but it's not.
Oh, I'm surprised that Lugia didn't fall, bro. The whole other team just walked forward and pushed them, but he stood his ground while his whole team walked away.
They move past the point and want to try and keep RAD in this open spawn area from the first point.
Yeah, I like this aggressive positioning from Swamp Gaming as well. You can get that nest down. It could be in an awkward spot for the side of RAD. So again, it will be eyes on over to the likes of Crazy Kitty and Smash. Can you manage to pick apart the Penny or at least find the nest to allow everyone else to push up? But there's too much damage there. Scatter gets the opening onto Smash, and RAD already just thinking about backing off at this point, and it's going to be another Glatrox available for Melo.
Damage boost from that Invisible Woman shield with the Human Torch team up is doing so much work for Melophobia, allowing them to finish off members over and over again. Looking for for Mash on that backline. Forky Dog comes in. They have the Soul Bomb for the extra damage with the Rage of Ultron to try and commit. Vertigo is once again finished off in the backline. The damage boost on the Rage of Ultron is focusing down the backline, and it's once again.
I think this map might go to Swamp Gaming, chat. They're looking very strong here.
More time is being eaten away by Swamp, and even worse news, Boundaries on the way.
We might.
And they're 50% of the way.
I don't know if we have a reverse sweep, but
sure it
might look like this map will go to Swamp Gaming.
Wanted to see if they could stagger a little bit more to add more time in their favor, but now RAD, they've grouped up, and they might just be able to do enough damage to go front to back as Scatter's gone down and Forky follows.
That means a lot of that extra damage is going to be coming off the board as well as some of the healing. A Glass Rocks is gone!
Damn! Damn!
What numbers deficit?
Damn!
Takes down RAD.
Melophobia, bro.
Gaming, their defense, it was about to disappear, but it's only needing one man. Melophobia.
A one-man army at times, but of course Swamp Gaming need to quickly rejoin the rest of the squad here, as RAD are going to have everything to throw at them in terms of ultimates. If you want it, they have got it, but there is also replies on the side of Swamp. They've got Invisible Boundary as a counter alongside the Spider Nest as well.
Kraken Impact is at the ready with the Storm damage bonus. This is what we've seen on Museum of Contemplation as an attempt to burst this, but Vertigo once again falls on the backline. Invisible Boundary comes on out from Valentina Eve to make sure they can try and absorb this, but it's Ducky who goes down, and Swamp just keep finding pickups one by one. Lugia will find nothing, but
I'm used to seeing all these mag kills, but like these mags lately have been like, you know, they've been looking like Tony Snell out there, dude.
They have Boundary as Vertigo returns, they have Kraken Impact and Omega Hurricane to try and force out any remaining defensive tools from Swamp Gaming. As long as Crazy Kitty does not go down attempting this, then it's a great setup and an early push to try and give them an opening.
But they still just don't have the time here. I mean, they only have 42 seconds right now. They're only halfway through this point. Spider time begins here from Krasman again at an attempt to stall and delay. Even though Smash was able to get a pick onto Scatter, Swamp are still stopping this from moving too quickly, and they definitely have time on their side.
Scatter was in Rad's backline, finding himself isolated, did draw a lot of attention, but was picked off. And once again, we see Swamp realizing that that fight is over. They throw bodies at the point, let the backline retreat to a safe position, but the front line was always going to go down there. It was just about burning through.
Yeah, I don't know about this chat. Rad might.
What could be a final fight with Strange.
You have Bucky ult and Invis ult against Glortrox and Ultron ult.
They still have Kraken Impact. As long as Smashness is here, they have the potential to try and wipe and try and push on to point 3.
And now they engage as well. There's going to be Rage of Ultron that comes out. Invisible Boundary as a reply. Melo still has Glortrox. Keep an eye on whether Melo can find those picks that we've seen so many times. He's going for a wrap.
Vertigo was finally able to get the Invisible Boundary out. Here comes the Kraken Impact. Gets
oh
one,
no,
gets two.
dude.
Crazy Kitty falls, but it's Smashness all the way again! Again! Takes them down, and point 2 is open.
Again!
And now it's all about the conversion. 1 minute, 20 seconds.
See, that's something that you guys are used to in this stream.
Swamp, but Swamp had that much time left over when they pushed all the way.
Yeah, regardless of what happens now, Swamp will have the advantage if we do end up going to the overtime at 3-3. But of course, Swamp will want to try and stop that right here, right now. But with Forky falling, it does mean they are probably going to have to try and think about approaching this one a little bit differently. They do have Invisible Boundary if they would like to use it from Valentina, but I think you try and save that a little bit later. You've done your job by stalling initially with the portal, and now you re-engage naturally.
Even more seconds off the board. Once again, it's all about burning through time. Dace was also able to get even more charge onto that Karmic Revival by doing this. And there's still Rad trying to get space with 40 seconds on the board to push the rest of the way towards this final point while Penny is already getting set up. Forky Dog's returning and Valentina Eve has that Invisible Boundary. This is looking great for Swamp Gaming to try and delay this, but they just need to make sure to not get caught by Rad as Ducky comes in. Psyonix seduction, grabs one, but can't convert it yet, but they've got a great angle onto Dace, finishes them off with no cocoon. This could be the opportunity for Rad. Swamp Gaming, they've got a touch. Scanagenji is all that's left on the point, and Rad might be able to even this up and go to overtime. What a final push!
No fucking way, dude. There's just no way.
It was Rad's final push that was far quicker than Swamp's, and it does keep them
There's
in
just no way,
here.
dude.
There was a minute and 16 as the difference after that extra time gets added here on OT. And Swamp Gaming, I'm sure they would have loved to finish off there, but at least they still have the advantage.
This is a crazy series, chat, but like, there's no way Swamp loses this.
They are definitely going to be feeling confident going into this OT as well, as we take a look at some of the stats as well. I mean,
Melophobia, bro. Even Scattergenji, too.
It's looking even Stevens across the board. It's a very high elimination game. Smash, there's a Vertigo have been being targeted because Swamp Gaming do know how dangerous they could be. Vertigo was targeted down about 3 times before they could ult in that last push, but when it came down, it was right when Smash Nez needed them. Those two went down the most, but they capitalized.
Stop saying that Swamp Gaming will win, please. They're gonna lose because of you. How? That's not true, chat. Just because I cheer for a team doesn't mean they're gonna lose. Let's go, Swamp Gaming!
Here, then, but remember, they only have 1 minute. That is
they have 2 minutes, bro.
Fight before a Strange Portal, or if you wanted a Strange Portal first. But of course, I imagine they will try and go for the normal walk-up alongside the Storm here as Swamp look to try and hold. If Swamp can successfully hold here, it's about how many notches RAD get as well, remember. All we need to see is Swamp hold the entire point, and then they would only need 1 notch to win this map and send us to a map 4.
Starting off with a little bit of min-maxing here. Mash is going to be starting on the Jeff, not to roll out here, but to give their team movement speed because they know they don't have time. They have to touch. So
smart play.
Start off on the Jeff. Speed boost.
Oh, they're holding close.
With that double jump can roll out quickly and catch up.
Oh, it's an ambush as well. It's a very aggressive
I've never seen a team hold this
Gaming.
close. This is insane.
And delay them as much as possible when they do get an early pick, but it's traded out.
Dace goes down, but he has to cocoon, so he returns to the fight. It's a very similar situation to what happened on Rad's last attacking point, but they're not going to give up yet. They continue this push. They continue the momentum. They know they're close to their spawn. Good trap, Crazy Kitty. It's not going to be converted on. Swamp have already
I've never seen a team hold like that, bro. That's interesting. That's cool.
Rad regroup and make their way in for the push with 20 seconds on the board.
You've got to have that Strange Portal at the ready if you are the first to go down here, just to try and stay alive in this fight and maybe get a notch on that ticker. But Swamp Gaming holding strong in the moment. And the grab catches Thing. It's not going to be pulling him anywhere.
Gets Dace though, and the cocoon's already down.
I love hearing the crowd as well. The reactions are awesome.
And that means Dace may have to give up all that charge just to Strange Portal back, or he might try and fly as Adam. And it looks like that will be exactly what happens. Crazy Kitty drops low, but
it's fine, chat. This might look bad, but Swamp Gaming actually full holds.
There's a lot of charge coming in for Mash. They're funneling it onto them for a Raging Royal Flush. Grasbag falls, meaning that the front line of Swamp is being taken off the board. Scanner delays as long as they can, but overall it's Rad with great momentum, and they are trying to convert onto the first point. Smashness gets another, and first point goes over to Rad, and Swamp Gaming, they back up and choose to regroup.
That was far quicker from Rad, wasn't it? They knew exactly what Swamp wanted to do. I like the attempt from Swamp with the aggression at that first point, but it was the fact that the trade
It's fine, chat. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it.
For a short while.
Rad is still losing the next team fight, and Swamp Gaming is going to hold it.
Catch Swamp a little bit off guard here, but now we go into overtime within overtime. They cannot afford to step off of this point here.
That life cocoon is not going to be back for a while here for days. Forky Dog with the Rage of Ultron at the ready, but it's going to be Valentine that even charges up first. Mash pulls the trigger. Raging Royal Flush mirrored from both sides. They try to fight into the choke point. Ducky dives onto the backline, almost finishing up Valentine even. They escape with the mobility as Meteor M from Lugia. Looks for anyone. It might be Krasbang. Sends it back.
Oh, what a block.
Scatter. Omega Hurricane just going to be used defensively here just to zone away. Will not find anything, and that's a big ult to burn.
Watch this, chat. Watch this, chat. You guys are going to be so proud. Watch Swamp Gaming. Let's get it.
Vertigo about to get the boundary. They may choose now to use it before Dace might be charged up with that Karmic Revival. Boundary comes on out. Meteor Air from Scatter to try and take out the backline. They take out Vertigo, removes the boundary. Crack and impact for the bird to try and take out Valentina Eve on the backline. But Melophobia is taking on through. Dace falls. Yakun came back. Glassrock onto the point to take out the front
Man,
line.
this caster's going hard, bro. Tetcher
is seconds away from the revive. The fight shows a shutdown.
Nice.
And Swamp Gaming
See?
clean them off the board. They don't even
Jay the Oracle 3 knows all. See?
Go down yet as they hold, but
That's not. This is not leg day. This is Tetcher.
Melophobia again, just timing that.
I don't think leg day's on the casting right now. It's Tetcher and Gaskin.
Great work from the strategist to keep him up so they could get that Glartrox out. It was the difference maker in the end after all those ultimates flew around on our screens. But it is a good distance still pushed by Rad considering the time they have here. And even though Swamp have a significant time advantage going into this one, we have to remind ourselves how difficult this first point can be sometimes. Do Rad change their strategy and their approach on the defensive side this time?
20-9 for Melophobia. They are putting on a clinic here. Like you mentioned, that Glartrox was huge. It's going to be Swamp, once again, sticking with the same strategy. They know it's working. It's got them this far. Like you mentioned, is it time for Rad to mix it up? The answer is yes. While they don't have a penny on their side in this case,
This is an insane game, dude.
Ultron. They do have an Adam and they do have a Gambit, but instead of penny, they choose to lean more heavily on their stalwarts.
Bro, what are these queue times today? 12 minutes? Everyone's watching MRI, bro. Ain't no one playing the game. Or you got avoided. I don't know. And that might make your games longer queues.
A little bit quicker than the side of Swamp in the neutral, there is a fantastic chance for them to just get a full-on hold here and still not just win this map, but remember, Tech, they would win this series.
Also, PvE did come out, yeah, true.
Home, and they would send themselves into a guaranteed top 3 position in those lower finals.
Or their first ever LAN for both these teams. It comes down to this. Swamp fighting to just stay in the series. RAD searching for an opportunity to go to those lower bracket finals. Krasmang looking for an opening, sends a couple mines just downrange in case anyone backs up and isn't paying enough attention. That could be a huge pickup if RAD do not spot it. For now, less aggressive at this point than we have seen in any of the rounds so far, as both teams just look for a couple openings, start sending the damage, but I don't expect that to last too long, as both look to try and
That's combined viewership, Heisen, because everyone's co-streaming it.
Tank on through as ForkyDog is trying to find an opening from the other side, but this triple strategist healing is a little bit too much to burst through like we've seen previously.
Smash is winning the ult race at the moment, though. It is worth noting that actually Crazy Kitty suddenly takes advantage and potentially will be the first to get that ultimate if no one goes down in this neutral. Smash trying his hardest, does get netted at the moment, but you do stay alive. And again, it's the pressure that's being applied with this damage from Smash over and over again onto the front line of Swamp.
Shooting down to the low ground, RAD are forced into the choke point. This is where Swamp were able to take advantage of them last time. That penny can make this a really miserable point to push, but they're still trying to fight this. Ducky onto the point, good damage, but it's enough healing to keep smashing this up. We have Rage of Ultron at the ready. They pull the trigger early to make sure that they can keep the healing onto their front line. But that dispossession from that Gambit and the Magneto team up is good. Ducky
wait, this is huge! This is huge! RAD isn't getting any value from their ult.
Still yet to respawn. They zone them off the board.
I mean, ForkyDog really didn't kill anything as well, but like they have the objective. Oh, this is a beautiful flank as well.
Recognizes there could be a lot of threat if he stays there. So
nice. Remember what I said, chat. Remember what I said. Swamp Gaming wins this.
Match what RAD were able to push just previously, and RAD they back off, they set up, and they do have.
Oh, both teams have res though.
They've got the ability to get that Psionic Seduction a little bit later, which they may save during overtime.
Which is just approaching here. 19 seconds left. Crazy Kitty will fall. Daze is 90% of the way towards Karmic Revival. Vertigo is 83. But Mash, even though they're down, they choose to pull the trigger now. Here comes the Silent Seduction with 9 seconds on the board. They choose to pull it down. Meteor Earth not going to be fighting the finishing blow. Counter on a Silent Seduction from Valentina Eve to keep the team topped up as Lugia looks for anyone on the side.
Almost got the kill. Oh, he got, wow. That was an insane snipe. No way.
Daze comes in with the Karmic Revival. Tanks on through.
Almost gets the res too.
Down, but it's now Smash. There's Kraken Impact. Cyberweb.
Another res goes off.
Swamp Gaming creep inch by inch towards the finish line, but the Karmic Rival from Vertigo brings back all of RAD. They will not go down without a fight. Spider time onto the point to delay as long as possible to surround that point with as many webs as possible so that they can keep the pressure onto the board.
This is insane, chat. This is insane. This is insane.
Portal to bring it back with Doctor Strange as RAD.
Crazy Kitty has his ult. ForkyDog has his ult. Ultron versus Ultron.
At the moment, a Rage of Ultron. Can you find anything if you're ForkyDog here? It's the only ultimate, but now you see the counter on the other side from Crazy Kitty here as RAD are desperately trying to force them off this point, but now we get back to the neutral. No ultimates available. It's a straight 6v6.
Portal comes on in because they have to keep this contention going. Swamp Gaming throwing bodies at the point. Their lifeline is that little yellow.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And they use Portal. Oh no, chat. It doesn't matter. Keep thinking positive, bro. Swamp Gaming gets this.
Crazy Kitty is doing so much work for the finishing blow. Metaphobia falls. Valentina Eve falls. Swamp falls as RAD will move on in the lower bracket.
Swamp Gaming got 3-0.
The Killers continue to take down
Swamp
team
Gaming
after team as
got
the
3-0.
They guarantee a minimum of top 3. Here at the Marvel Rivals Ignite mid-season finals.
0.
And sadly, we say goodbye to Swamp Gaming, who will finish in 4th place. A valiant effort from the Americas team.